Hey, welcome back to DieCash Cars. So today I wanted to do a follow-up video to the video that I published a couple weeks ago about the top 5 best investments you can make in Hot Wheels here in 2022. But on the flip side of that, the top 5 worst investments you can make here in 2022. And again, before I start, guys, understand that these are just my opinions. I'm just kind of throwing it out there based on what I'm seeing from the trends, what I'm seeing on Facebook, Instagram, all the social media outlets, as far as what people are buying, what people are selling. Just giving you guys my 2 cents so that you guys don't fall victim to some of these items that may be more or less just hype and in the interest of the moment, but long term they might not help you guys get to your collecting goals. And just like last time, guys, I will state that I am not a financial advisor. I don't have a crystal ball and I cannot tell the future. So definitely do your own research before you put any kind of investment down on these cars. Starting with number 5 on the list, the Hot Wheels Coupe Clip. And lately I've seen people buying these up in higher quantities. Granted, they're not going for a lot of money right now. I mean, no more than like $2 to $3 a piece, and even that's kind of on the higher end. But people are buying these up by the lots. I mean, any collector realistically only needs like 1 or 2 of these. Put one on your keyring, keep one carded, call it good. Number 4 on the list is treasure hunts for 2022, but to be realistic, treasure hunts pretty much every year. Now don't get me wrong, I don't want to discourage you from picking up treasure hunts for your collection. Just don't make it a habit of picking up every single treasure hunt that you find and trading for more and buying more, because I don't believe the value is there. I feel like the collector community has built up this perception that the treasure hunt is just as good as a super treasure hunt, or it kind of serves as that consolation prize if you don't get a super treasure hunt, right? So here are just a couple treasure hunts that I picked out for 2022. So you got the Toon Twin Mill, which again is pretty catchy given that that cast is still relatively new. I think it debuted last year. The Reuse Rides Duck and Roll, all in gold. I feel like it's a really neat car. There's a lot of intrigue on this one, especially coming out the gate, but I think as time goes on, it's not going to be as popular as we think it's going to be. And then one that I think that's picking up a lot of steam as of late is this Jeep Wrangler. So again, you can't deny that that color scheme is very catchy, but again, you only need 1 or 2 of these in your collection. I don't think these are going to have massive value moving forward. Number 3 on the list, guys, this is where it's starting to get interesting, but it is every super treasure hunt here in 2022 other than the EK9 Civic in gold. So I feel like I'm going to catch a lot of flack for this one, guys, but I think we all kind of know deep down inside that the Super Treasure Hunt set here in 2022 is very underwhelming. I mean, personally, I've seen a dip in price on a lot of Super Treasure Hunts that have already released this year. So for instance, this 63 Studebaker Champ, it's a nice truck. I remember when DK started to hit. I mean, if you found the Super, it was around the $50 to $60 range. It's now tapered down to like $35-$40. The C8 Corvette, again, it's really nice, and you could argue that this mainline release with the Super Treasure Hunt is the first edition of this car. However, I think technically the first edition would have been the ID that released last year. So there is some significance to the C8, but for some reason I think it's just a boring release, and the fact that every year we get a Super Treasure Hunt of a Corvette. Even thinking forward to the end of the year when RLC and Hot Wheels will release the Super Treasure Hunt set, I don't think I'm going to be a buyer this year. I bought the one last year. 2021 was really solid. There was a lot of gems from a Super Treasure Hunt standpoint. This year I don't feel as strongly about it. I mean, you're talking $300 from RLC, and aftermarket's going to be $500 to $600. Again, 2022 Super Treasure Hunts, other than the EK9, not very spectacular. I don't think anything else released this year will hit 3 figures like the EK9 did. Number 2 on the list, guys, it's one that I don't even want to admit, but it's the Legends Tour Nissan Skyline R32. And it's no disrespect to the car, to the cast. I'm a huge Nissan fan. I'm a huge Skyline fan. So I would be the last one to tell you guys this. But this R32 from the Legends Tour is being mass produced. It's available numerous times throughout the year, online as well as in person. And because of that fact, it's going to follow the same trends as the last two Legends Tour cars, the 55 Gasser and the 83 Silverado, which are both right now flatlining as far as secondary market value goes, right around that $50 to $60 price range, which is essentially retail. This R32 from the Legends Tour this year is not going to be hard to attain. It looks nice. It's worth putting one in your collection. Again, I'm not trying to discourage you guys from buying it, but you don't need to buy it in mass quantities. I mean, one to open, one to keep carded, and I think you're good to go. If you're one of the folks that's thinking, oh, I'm going to buy 10 of these things, stash them away, and they're going to be worth hundreds of dollars in the future, I would lower your expectations just a bit. I mean, I could be totally wrong. These could be crazy investable and skyrocket in price, but even if they were to do that, I think it's going to take a good amount of time before people start valuing these the way that we think they should. And number one on the worst investments that you could make here in 2022 is sealed cases of product. So I don't know how this trend started, but I am starting to see a lot of listings for factory sealed cases of product selling for way more than what they should be. So for instance, the 72 count cases, I've seen them sell anywhere from $100 to $150, and retailer exclusive 36 packs like this one here. This one's from Kroger that we reviewed not too long ago. I've seen people selling this for like $75 to $90. So first off, I would assume that people are buying these to open on their end. Basically having that seal case so that they can go through the excitement of opening it up and looking for that super treasure hunt. It's really not worth it, guys, because the odds of finding a super treasure hunt, at least based on my own personal experience, it's like 1 out of 15 cases. So if you just go and buy one overpriced 72 count case, chances are there's not going to be a super treasure hunt in there. And the best case scenario here in 2022 is if you can find an F case, buy the whole entire case, assured that it is factory sealed, and the goal would be to pull out this guy here. And again, guys, any excuse to show this car on camera. But if you pulled the Honda Civic EK9 Super Treasure Hunt out of this F case and you paid well over $100 for this box, you could have essentially just bought the EK9. The other reason I've seen people buy sealed cases of Hot Wheels is to stash them away, and whether it's open them at a later date or try to sell the factory sealed cases to collectors in the future to open. Kind of like what they're doing with sports cars right now. There's this massive following that purchases sealed cases of sports cards, Pokemon cards, etc. And you know, the thought is you would invest in that sealed product and sell it later for astronomical prices. I really don't think Hot Wheels is going in that direction. The true value with Hot Wheels is in the specific cars themselves. Hot Wheels has never been that mystery type product where, you know, you're purchasing 72 count cases all the time and looking to see if you get a super treasure hunt. I mean, you basically go to the pegs right now at the retail stores. You either find a super or you don't. If you find one, you buy it. If you don't lose out on any money. So that's what I got for you guys today. Just wanted to give you guys my 2 cents on trends that are taking place here in 2022 that I don't believe are a strong investment strategy. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree, or if there are any other trends that you see out there that we should definitely address as a community. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time on DieCash Cars.